guys, I hope you had a wonderful holiday season and a very Merry Christmas. I know that I've spent the past few weeks spending time with friends and family that I don't normally get a chance to see, and it was really nice to catch up and just be jolly and merry and celebrate the holiday cheer with them. And so for that reason, I've been away from YouTube for a couple weeks, probably one or two, actually, I think maybe 2 or 3. And in that time, a few very exciting things have happened, and I must share. So the first extremely exciting thing is having to do with my foot. On December 9th, which is also my dad's birthday, I went to the fracture clinic to have my foot looked at, and guess what? Drum roll. The bone is fully fused. So after 5.5 months of TLC and being casted and elevated and whatever, I have finally, or not me, but my body has finally fused the fracture where I had injured myself in July. And so basically that means that I am healed. I do have one spot of soft bone, and that will fill in on its own over time. And I have mentioned in previous videos that I had a bulge of connective tissue on the top of my foot, and that's still there, and the doctor said it'll take some time for my body to break it down and just get rid of it. And it is a little bit sore to the touch, but I'm able to step on my foot without the cast. So it's been a bit of a transition period as well. I'm still wearing the air cast when I'm walking outside, because if you are aware of Toronto, Canada, or if you have not been aware, this past weekend we had an ice storm, which is basically really terrible. And basically the entire city, if not the majority of southern Ontario, got hit with freezing rain. And because the temperature was -16 at one point, it literally like froze over. You couldn't get into your car. People were skating down their streets with ice skates on. Like it's crazy. You should totally Google it. Trees fell over. People have been without power for like 2 or 3 days. I surely know some people that have not had power for the past couple of days. So it's been crazy. And so I am still wearing the air cast when I leave the house, because it supports my ankle and it gives me that extra cushioning that I need, because I still have a soft spot. I am very sensitive to trauma, so basically that means if I fall, I could refracture it. I need to be very careful right now. And I've slowly transitioned into walking without the air cast inside my house. And I basically only do that for about, cumulative 20-30 minutes a day, because I'm still doing physio and I'm still kind of in that rehab phase. But I've gained so much of my freedom. It's unbelievable. And so coming back to the other exciting thing that has to do with having my foot off is that I can weigh myself. And so I actually wrote it down. Let me just I wrote it down in this little notebook that I have. So before my injury, I had clocked in a weight of 232.2 pounds. And if you are familiar with the BMI, my BMI was 41.2, and basically that means that I'm very obese. And so on December 10th, which is the morning following the day that I had my fracture clinic appointment, I weighed myself and I was at 216.3 pounds, which is a BMI of 38.3. And basically that means since my injury, I've lost 15.9 pounds, which to me is amazing. Especially, I think I mentioned in my previous video, or maybe I didn't, there have been people in my life that I hadn't seen for a very long time, and that I had seen on various occasions, and they were actually noting the fact that I had lost weight, and it was very motivating for me, and it was very reassuring for me that my efforts have not gone to waste simply because I've been injured. And then on December 17th, so like last week, I weighed myself and I was at 215.3, and so I lost another pound. And then December 24th, which would have been yesterday, I also weighed myself and I weighed in at 213.2 pounds, which is another 2.1 pounds lost. So very exciting. I'm very thrilled with the fact that I have been able to keep my mind focused, and I've been able to continuously track my meals. I've not missed a single day tracking on MyFitnessPal. Some days I go extremely over, some days I eat slightly less my calorie goal. And so it's been a big learning process for me because it's helped me understand how my body feels when it comes to food. And I think not being able to weigh myself for the past 6 months has definitely helped with that awareness, because I think if I was focusing just on the numbers on the scale, I wouldn't really have that appreciation for how food makes me feel, if that makes sense. And then the other thing I wanted to mention with this, I had a thought and I really wanted to share it because I thought it was a really good thought, but now it's gone. Guess it's not really a good thought if I couldn't hold on to it. So one of the things that the orthopedic technician mentioned to me when I was at the hospital was that walking is very good for rehab, especially because my ankle is very stiff and it needs to be strengthened, and just my leg muscles as a whole need to be tightened up and strengthened, and stronger muscles means that they could support my bones more and just kind of help me prevent injury in the future. And so I was mentioning this to one of my friends at work, and she was totally down to go for 30-minute walks every day on our lunch break. And so I'm very happy to say that we have been. So the first week that I had my kind of foot freedom, we went on 4 walks, I think, or 5. And I have the stats on Runkeeper. I'll link my profile down below, and I think my profile is public on Runkeeper, and so you'll be able to kind of see my progress in terms of my pace and how long we've been walking, and when we've been walking and that kind of thing. I don't know exactly if it shows the route, and I'm gonna see if I can have that hidden, because I really don't want you all, or not that I don't trust you guys, but I don't want the internets to know how and when I walk. So that's exciting. So I keep saying so because I'm so excited. There it is again. So I'm so excited that I'm able to kind of transition back into life and have my freedom back and be able to do things on my own and not have to depend on people. And it was really nice because at work I had borrowed a wheelchair from the emergency department, and it was really nice for me to walk in the following day after my appointment and walk the wheelchair back to where it belonged. I've been holding it at my desk for the past 6 months, and it was a very frustrating thing to have because not only did it limit the space I had in my cubicle area, but it also was a constant reminder that I was disabled and unable to do things that I was normally able to do and that I usually took for granted. So it was really nice, and it was a very big moment for me. I didn't have my vlogging camera, otherwise I would have totally filmed that for you guys because it was a big moment. And I'm glad that I had some of my close work colleague friends there to share it with me. So yeah, so foot is healed. I can't say 100% because there is a soft spot, but it's practically 100% healed. I do want to show you a shot of my foot, but right now I'm like not coordinated, and my foot's a little bit sore. Sorry, not my foot, but my leg is sore, so I can't really like lift it up to the camera and stuff. Although I could, I'll make another video showing you my foot and showing you the connective tissue bulge that I was talking about. I also have some pictures that I've been collecting over the past few months that I want to share with you guys so that you guys can see the progression. And then I also want to do a video of some of the physiotherapy exercises that I've been doing for my ankle in particular, just to help me strengthen the muscles in my ankle and kind of improve my flexibility so that I'm not vulnerable for like another injury and stuff. And I think it'd be amazing to have a video like that online, because when I was first dealing with this, I was really worried about what the rehab was, and I was doing a lot of research and I couldn't really find a lot of things, which was very frustrating for me. And so I'm hoping that through my experience this past summer and the past 6 months, that I can pull together some pieces of content for people who might be going through the same things as me, especially kind of answering some of the questions that I had to kind of hound the people that were caring for me for answers. Well, I wasn't hounding them as in like it's not that they didn't want to answer, but I felt like I was chasing them and kind of taking up more of their time, and it was just I think it would be useful to have that information available for all. So those are my plans. I'm really excited.